Yep. And we're officially live. United States of Chelsea. We're back at it again. It's me and Tosh. Day before the Chelsea Manchester City game, which is coming on the East Coast around 12:30 or at 11:30 game, Tosh.
12:30 kickoff, baby.
Yep, 12:30 kickoff. We're gonna do a preview of the game. Tomorrow we got some fan cams coming up. Tosh, you and Lowell will be in the Arlington bar in around DC. So
Yep.
guys, look forward to that. It's gonna be a big one for sure. And but yeah, let's get into the game, bro. This game's coming at a bad time, right after the Enzo Maresca sacking, and a lot of people ain't happy, man. A lot of people ain't happy. Been seeing a lot of tweets from big content creators. Been seeing a lot of tweets from both sides as well. Maresca's camp as well as the board. Um, Been seeing a lot more negative tweets, right? Um, Around Maresca and how his departure went. So I guess we can touch on that first before we, I guess, get into the game, bro. Um, yeah.
I mean,
Based on some of the tweets, and we could pull them up in a bit, but based on some of the tweets coming from the Blue Coat side regarding Maresca's departure, it looks like he's been, chatting with different clubs. Juventus. He informed the club back in the summer, right after the Club World Cup win, um, that he was looking for a new and improved contract, right? And the board just wouldn't they wouldn't budge. They felt like, I guess, it was too early for someone like Maresca to get that, right. What are your thoughts on that, bro? I mean, the guy was in charge for 18 months. He won two cups, whether you respect those cups or not. But yeah, do you feel like he should have been backed? And that's another thing he mentioned as well. He felt like he wasn't backed the way his counterparts around the league were backed, like Ruben Amorim. Um, you know, we see the Arteta project in what, year 6 now, and we see how they're flying. So I don't know. Well, what are your thoughts on all this, bro?
mm, I mean, it's not surprising at this point. I think since Roman left, turmoil is the name of the game, and it's really just like, can we win in the turmoil? Um, and I like the only sense of consistency we did have was Maresca, and it was some success with that. Even though we can say the Conference League wasn't the greatest cup, and then I mean I'm gonna still say that the Club World Cup no one expected us to beat PSG, so I'm gonna still take some pride in that. But uh, then the ownership, I think they felt a little more what's the word, entitled in kind of creating that squad and turning the team around very quickly. So in a sense, I think it's the ego of the ownership, mostly that consortium of Clearlake and Blueco, who are now new to a game that's they're not familiar with. They're more familiar with American sports. So yeah, I think it's just egos, and then I think Maresca is just the victim. He's the everyone. There's always going to be like a casualty of war, and even though Maresca might have had some questionable substitutions, he might have done some smart, I mean, not so smart lineups. Even I've called him out on his lineups before too. So like, I think no one's perfect, but I do think Maresca has some blame. I mean, he was 1 for 7 in December, and we kind
Hmm.
of knew like going into December he was gonna be bad. We were gonna be bad, but November was so hot. Like it's like, damn, are we the same team back to back years? Like, are we? We're basically just playing for top four at this point.
Yeah, but I guess your take on Maresca having some bad substitutions, and I agree. Like you remember me telling you, like, after the Cole Palmer substitution against Bournemouth, I said sack him, right? And I thought, like most of us, that the reason for that substitution was, Enzo Maresca not trusting his players or just making another bonehead decision. But tweets have come out from Maresca's camp that some of these substitutions were influenced by the board and the board and the medical staff. Right? They wanted him to increase the value of some players. And we've bought a lot of players, and um, so not only did they want to do that, but they also wanted to protect some of the players as well, even if the player felt fine or if Maresca felt like they were ready to compete. There's a lot coming out regarding that. So
Yeah.
at least we know now that the board definitely played a role in a lot of the substitutions and a lot of the lineup decisions. And a manager should have that control when it comes to making those decisions. Everyone has a place in the organization. They have a place with recruitment. As far as the board goes, the owners, they deal with a lot of the backroom finances stuff, even though that's not doing so well. But when it comes to the pitch, the decisions on the pitch, that should come from the manager. And you really can't blame Maresca for walking away if
No,
he
but like
wasn't given that. Yeah,
at the same time, Maresca was brought in as the yes man. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
he did go along with it last season. We heavily rotated in the conference league. We heavily rotated in the other cups, and we ended up paying for it. Um, actually, how far did we get to the Carabao? I can't remember.
last season I think we got knocked out early by Newcastle.
Okay.
Remember we played Newcastle like twice in the same week. We played them in the Prem.
Yeah. But did we heavily rotate that game?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, we did.
We played the team we played them in the Carabao Cup that week. We played a brand new team in the league. I forget which game came first, but you know what I mean. Yeah. We rotated heavily.
That's making my point, which is the ownership and the management, they have influence. They're using these cup games to raise the value of these players. But these players, you can take a look at this from so many different angles. But Maresca going into this, signing up for this Chelsea job, he knew that. So he's culpable in a lot of ways, to me at least.
Yeah.
It's weird because I also think Maresca winning the Conference League and the and the Club World Cup, I think that only gave him more leverage. And even though he made mistakes, the ownership is going to take credit for what they take credit for creating the team that won these cups. But then also Maresca is going to be like, well, this team is actually he has inside knowledge that this team is not that good. You know what I mean? Like, let's be for real. They're not. The team is not terrible, but they're not a Premier League winning team.
Facts. I agree, bro. The team's not terrible, but the team's not built to win the league, at least not yet. So, and there's a lot of ifs, buts. There's a lot of things we don't know. We also can't predict the future. Could this team win the league in a couple of years if they stick together and if they improve over the years? Bro, sky's the limit. You never know what can happen. But yeah, I mean, it's one where I respect Maresca for leaving. We're going on to our next coach under Blue Code. This is our sixth manager, I believe. Liam.
What's this guy's name?
Liam. It's not Rosen.
No, I'm saying the interim. The interim.
Oh, something McFarlane. He's the under 21 coach.
Just a bunch of random Irish. We're just getting a bunch of random dudes who had like zero to no experience. He was a U21 coach, bro.
Yeah,
it's another yes men situation. They probably prepped them up. They're like, hey, just this is what to expect. Do this, do that. And guess what? Liam, aka Matisse, he's coming through. So
yeah,
you might even be gone. We don't know. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of like BS going on with that too. Like for both sides, like McFarlane, he's like a Nepo baby himself. Like, did you hear, like, do you know his backstory?
No, not really. I kind of heard, but like,
yeah,
I didn't really look into it.
So this guy started out like coaching at a youth level, but it seems like everywhere he went, he was sort of involved with Joe Shields. So Joe Shields essentially handpicked him. I guess he's good friends with him. I don't know. There's familiar relations. There's something going on with him and Joe Shields. But wherever he's like progressed in his career, Joe Shields was a part of that organization at that time. I believe he was even at City, if my memory serves me right.
Yeah, he was.
So he was at
He made
City.
it. He mentioned he name dropped City in his interview too, which made me sick to my stomach. I'm not even gonna lie to you, but I mean it's 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 convoluted. I think the ownership, they don't really care about. I think now that they got a little bit of success, I don't think they necessarily care about the the winning aspect because they believe they can win with their business strategy. And I'm like, I think you got lucky. Well, not lucky, but you splashed a lot of cash, man. You splashed $2 billion to win a conference league and a Club World Cup. Like, I mean, most teams or most fan bases, if you spend $2 billion, you need to win an FA Cup, the league, compete in the Champions League, win the Champions League. Like we're bringing in guys that like Garnacho, for example. I know for a fact Garnacho, we're trying to increase his value. I know for a fact we're trying to increase the value of Neto. I know for a fact we're trying to increase the value of Delap. I know for a fact
Gittins.
we're trying to Gittins. But Gittins, I think it's more of a long term play, to be fair, because
Yeah.
I think Garnacho will end up leaving sooner. Just because they're, he's has a little bit more experience, and he came in as a little bit cheaper. What was it, like 40 million?
Something like that, bro.
So, and if he really can show that he's a rising prospect, a team in a different league, we'll probably pay 50 or 60 just to have him on. You know what I mean? But it's interesting. It's interesting.
Yeah.
You brought something up. You want me to pull it on the
Yeah,
screen?
no, let me just share my screen. So this is if we like get into the game now. Well, before we get into the actual like lineup predictions and scoreline predictions and how we think the game's going to go, if we just take a look at our last 10 games versus Manchester City, um, it's not looking good, bro. Our last win versus them was back in the 2021 Champions League final, right? That was a long time ago, bro. We're in 2026. We're going on almost 5 years now since we last. 5 years now since we last beat them. Our last win in the league also came in that same month when because we had beat City like 3 straight games. So we're going back pretty far, and now we're in a situation where we don't really have really have stability in the club. Like, I guess, what are your predictions, bro? And does this running games versus City make you feel, I don't know, comfortable going into this game, especially with everything going on behind the scenes?
And going into City,
Going into the City game,
no Cuckoo.
which is away as well.
Yeah, away. No Cuckoo, no Moises Caicedo. I think we might actually hear the City fans yelling
Yeah, for the first time.
for the first time because we're in turmoil. So, other big clubs love to, down other big clubs. So, yeah, man. I mean, if we win, I get to take the glasses off, but that's the only positive. That's the only positive. I'm not even rocking Chelsea gear. I'm rocking
What are you
Flamengo.
rocking? Flamengo?
I'm rocking Flamengo today, man. Come on,
Bro,
man.
man.
Come on. I was a Flamengo fan before we played Flamengo. This is a
That's fair.
premature relationship. I went to a Flamengo game and a Fluminense game before the Club World Cup. So
Yeah.
please excuse me. I will one day get the Esteval Palmeiras. I'm trying to get that one. That's the one I'm trying to get. Well, back to the question. Going into City, oh yeah, we have no chance, man. Cuckoo out, Moises Caicedo out. Forget about it. It's gonna be Malo Gusto as a left back. Not the best option. You're gonna have Enzo in the middle with Andres Santos. Andres Santos is gonna have to be. Andres Santos is gonna have to play like Michael Jordan in like 92. You know what I mean? Like he's
Yeah.
gonna have to have the greatest game on earth because Enzo is Enzo Fernandez will leave him on an island. I want to say
So
Esteban won't start.
yeah, so what I put on the screen, bro. Sorry to cut you off. Is
No, go ahead.
the lineup that we played against Bournemouth midweek, and you know, as far as like looking into this lineup, what changes do you think we're going to make? I know you mentioned
Um,
Santos obviously for Caicedo. Cucurella, who replaces him on the left, is that going to be Gusto again?
no, Hato's out. Hato's out.
So Malo's going to play at the left.
Malo's definitely going to be the replacement.
Okay, I guess
Um,
I guess, but I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if we see, I don't know, Reese in his natural position at the right back, or maybe Reese plays in the midfield with Enzo. You know, if
no, no,
McFarland
no.
sticks to the system, maybe he puts Reese there and puts Josh at the right back.
Man, I don't want to see Josh play right back against City. I don't think it's fair to him because it's a big game and they will exploit that. I think they're gonna just go run straight at him. Whatever side he's in, they're gonna lean that side. And I think it's gonna do a lot of damage because he's so young, man. He's only 18, he's only 20, I think.
Yeah.
So and even the game against Bournemouth, the reason why they switched. He originally started on the right side, and the reason why they switched him, the reason why he switched him is because Semenyo skinned him. Not even Semenyo skinned him. The left back of Bournemouth, I don't even know that guy's name,
What's
skinned Achimpong
yeah.
when
Yeah.
when Achimpong was on the right. And I was watching it, and I was like, this is not looking good for us. And then they switched it, and then he was able to go against. I don't know who the left player. I think Jeremy. Is it Jeremy on Bournemouth? Oh no. That's on
Pro,
Crystal Palace.
I
He's
can
on
pull it
Palace.
up.
Yeah, you can pull it up.
You're not talking about Tavernier, right? Because he was also
No,
like right behind Semenyo.
yeah, Tavernier. It was Tavernier.
Tavernier.
Tavernier was definitely giving Achimpong hell, and I think he did better against Brooks on that side. But Brooks had already scored by then, so
Mm.
he was able to nullify him. So I don't want to see Achimpong, man. I don't want to see him start, man. Just only because I don't want to. We already are so thin in the defensive side. I don't want him because in the next game I think it's the Charlton game, so I want him to start that. I'd rather.
No, actually. So Charlton's next weekend, but we play Fulham
Oh,
either on
Fulham. Okay,
Tuesday or
I'd rather
Wednesday.
him start Fulham.
Yeah.
I'd rather him
Okay.
start Fulham for sure. And
So who would you have at the right back? Would you have Reese there and then
Reese,
Santos?
you have to do
Yeah.
Reese.
Okay.
If we put Reese, we have no choice because I don't want to see Archibald start just for the health of his his growth as a player.
Yeah.
But I would love to see him come on at one point, and I would like to see him play pretty much anywhere in the back four. As long as he gets to play, I don't mind. I mean, I just don't want him to start. I think this game is gonna be very. I think City is gonna see us like a sheep almost, like ready to slaughter. So they're just gonna be coming straight at us. You got Shekri, you got Foden, you got
Mhm.
Holland. It's a lot to deal with. It's a lot to deal with. And I don't want Josh to go through that. If the game gets ugly, bring him on. See what he can do. The game gets ugly. Like get him some run. Let him get some PT. You know what I mean? In terms of get him ready for the Fulham game. You know what I mean? Like maybe a little 20-minute cameo, 30-minute cameo if he can, and then hopefully he starts for Fulham. The double pivot is gonna have to be Santos Enza, unfortunately, and then in the middle it would be in front of them would be Palmer. It's looking like Garnetto is gonna be the Garnacho Neto fusion ha bullshit that we've been going through for the last who knows how long. Fofana and Chalobah have to start, no question. And then Bobby Boy, man, probably our most consistent player this year is Robert
Yeah.
Sanchez, which is I don't know. That says a lot.
It's funny. I was going to say, maybe I think Caicedo's been our most consistent player, but with the amount of yellows and reds he's getting, the suspensions, outside of that, he's been most consistent, but he's hasn't made himself available as much. Bobby had like one slip up. He got that red card versus United, but overall, like He's been okay, right? He hasn't been our biggest problem like last season. And I don't know if you said who's going to be up front, bro. Most likely it's going to be JP, right? JP9. We're not going to have what's his name, Delap start again. So
Yeah,
yeah, man.
but even the JP9, like he had a great debut in the summer, but bro, like I remember when we found out we signed him and he was coming for the Club World Cup. I was watching those highlights of him at Warford and even in Brighton, and dude, it seemed like for every one goal it was two pens. So like I don't know, man. Like I doubted him, but because the Club World Cup was so crazy and his link up play was so crazy with Palmer, we got fooled, bro. And I love Brazilian players. I just love them to death. But like I would love if we had a proper striker option. I would love to put João Pedro in the middle as a 10 and put Palmer out wide, and then I'll send Enzo Fernandez to the fucking bench, honestly, and start Caicedo Santos mid pivot because Santos he's a lot younger, less experienced, but at least he's like willing to play a little deeper and get out of the way of people like Palmer, people like Garnacho, guys like. But then also, I think the Maresca inversion just added more of a mess. So I don't know. It's good, and we don't know what system we're playing. Like, what do you think we're gonna play? Flat four?
To be honest, because like this guy McFarland's coming in as like an interim coach. He knows he's probably going to coach this game at most. He'll also play the coach like the Fulham game. So if I were him, I wouldn't really change the system too much because that's just gonna, you know, it's not for him to do, right? I think that's for Liam Rosenmore whenever he comes in to switch the system up however he sees fit. But I think this guy should just continue with what's working. And I know this shit has been working this past month, but like December. But I think we'll keep the same system. So I think we'll still play with that. Uh, our back line the way it is with and one inverted fullback. We're going to play that double pivot. We're going to play pretty much the 4-2-3-1. But we're going to rotate based off of the Bournemouth game. So the only changes I really see, I mean, same thing you mentioned. We're going to see Pedro Neto at the right. We're going to see JP9 for Liam Delap, Santos for Caicedo. Part of me thinks Gusto is still going to play. He's because when he's fit, he's fit, right? So I think he's going to be at the left back. And then I mean, probably reset the right back position as well. I hope we keep it the same two center back pairing. But no, I don't know. The Santos one, I'm not worried about Santos playing. He's shown to play great, just like a lot of our other young players. He's shown to, play with poise, with confidence when we play against low tier teams.
Yeah.
And when it comes to the big games, like we do see some struggles. So, but him with Enzo, I think it gives Enzo that cover. He's going to play smart, gives Palmer that space to play in the 10 without having to like drop back. Ideally, if it was Caicedo and Santos playing the double pivot, I know I wouldn't see Palmer play the 8 at all, right? But there's still a chance Palmer might sit back and play deep just to cover for Enzo and allow Enzo to go up front here and there. But we'll see, man. It's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting. If what's his name, McFarland switches up the system and goes back to a time and says, okay, what was the best lineup that worked for Enzo and allowed Enzo to, have his most success, like the way he played against PSG or Real Betis. That's gonna be nice to watch. You never know. People might be singing McFarland's name after this game if we come out with a win. Although I don't think that, but it would be pretty cool.
The only way I see that happening is if City really go into it on some BS. Like, those guys just have a long night out the night before. They're like not worried. They're just gonna show up and play. Sometimes these professional athletes are humans, just like us. They might have a bad day at work. It could happen, but like, even if it does happen, is it gonna happen for the greater good of Chelsea, because we're still gonna probably drop points to teams that are way worse. And then like how long until Liam comes in? That's like the real question. Like how long?
Hmm.
How long we gotta wait for this guy to come in? And then when he comes in, like how much of a change is it gonna be? They're saying people are trying
Yeah.
to say it's a similar system, but when I watch them play, it doesn't seem that way. It seems very aggressive in terms of attack, and it's heavily relied on wing play. So those wingers have to have the ability to play defense and offense. Like they have to be offensively effective on the ball, and then they have to be effective off the ball within and tracking back. So it's gonna be like more Pedro Neto, Garnacho. That's what it sounds like to me. I mean, those are the only guys that really have the pace to go bomb up and down.
Yeah.
Maybe Malo, maybe Cuckoo as well, but like I don't know, man. I feel like there's gonna be some more imbalancement, even though there was like a structure that wasn't the best. I feel like he can potentially just create more imbalancement in the squad. I don't know. It's a weird time to be a Chelsea fan. But do do you think Enzo takes the City job?
Um, it's possible, right? I think he's probably in the running for a lot of different positions. Yeah, I think that's better. So I think he's in the running for a lot of different positions. I did hear, I was listening to Talk Sport earlier today, like he's potentially could replace Thomas Frank, right? Thomas Frank's on the hot seat. He's not doing too well with Spurs. If Enzo has settled in, like in the city of London, Spurs would be very easy transition. You're in the same city. His kids get to stay in the same city. So as a family person, that would work a lot better for him than to uproot his family and move up north to Manchester. So I don't know. I think there's a lot of jobs out there for Enzo. I don't think whatever leaks Blue Coat tries, like the smear campaign they have against Enzo, is gonna, deter any owners across Europe from, wanting to sign him. He's
Yeah.
a good personality, bro. And he's like, honestly, when he got sacked, like it hurt my heart. I was just like, I was coming to like the guy. I was coming to like his system, and just like the way he fights, and he really does, care, and he battles, whether he's doing it for the club or not. But he's doing it for. We know now Enzo was trying to boost his own,
Yeah,
name.
but I think
Success.
some of it was overblown. Okay, yeah, they're
You
writing
think
the
so?
book. I think they're writing the book part. Okay, cool, whatever. But I forgot who mentioned it. I think Lou mentioned it. He's a public figure. So and
Yeah,
then they got mad at him for taking public engagements. I'm like, come on, like he's the manager of one of the biggest clubs in the world. So it's weird to see it.
yeah.
I'm gonna be real, bros. Blue Coat got me so heated. I don't even care about the game tomorrow. We got deeper fish, bro.
I mean, it's a
100%.
fact. Yeah,
I have no hope. I'm doing this because at this point, I just want to I want to get the thoughts of the other Chelsea fans. You know what I mean? Maybe
facts.
we can get other perspectives. But I think for the
Facts.
most part, if you've been a Chelsea fan long enough, um, you've seen how we operated as under Roman, and now you're seeing how we're operating under Clearlake, and it's a lot darker than we expected it to be. I mean, we it already got dark. We got 12th place before. You know what I'm saying? And now it's like more of a. And I mean, Blue Coat is the reason why we're gonna get Liam, 100%.
Wait,
Now, and I think
reason why we what?
we're gonna get Liam Rosen.
Okay, yeah.
And I think who's the director at Strasbourg? Kleeman,
So I know we talk about the president of
the
Strasbourg.
president.
Yeah,
One of the higher ups in Strasbourg is gonna leave because they're taking
yeah.
from him.
And guess what,
So
bro? I was listening to like some other podcasts this morning, but apparently the president of Strasbourg is a club legend, right? He's played like his prime, maybe his whole career for the club, and then he went into to leadership, and now he's like the president of the club. So this guy really bleeds Strasbourg and loves the club, right? And he's never wanted to leave, right? Because that's his club. But for the first time, like, well, I can't say for the first time, but it just shows you how incompetent or how it's so difficult to work with Blue Clove / Clearlake because everyone who works with them wants to leave. And now we're talking about going to France and going to Strasbourg and a whole other country. And you still can't work with people. So it's like, what do these guys want really at the end of the day? They come in and destroy instead of like building and improving.
I said it in the CB stream. This is not when the American buyers came in, people from American fans that are like real Chelsea fans, they knew what was happening. They knew the death of Chelsea was imminent. And teams like Liverpool, teams like Manchester United, they went through the same thing. And they're still, especially like Manchester United, they haven't really recovered from bringing in those American owners, the Glasners, so to speak. I mean, they've had some success, but nothing close to what the Fergie level of success and them being like the biggest club in Europe's, like quote unquote. So we've seen it. Even Liverpool had a hard time, and they were very bad when those American owners came in. And I think the American owners, they have to get acclimated to European style football, and they have to get more educated. They have to bring in people that are more educated than them, and these private equity guys, they still see everything as like data points, and we will never win operating as a business, in my opinion. Like we have to do the Roman thing, which was Roman was willing to spend the money, and if it didn't work out, move on. But do not take I don't know how to explain it. We spent all the money in one go, and then we just cleaned house. We didn't really get, and on top of that, we didn't get anybody with experience.
And don't forget, Roman left the club debt free. Mm-hmm. Debt free. The club now is in $1 billion debt. So just wanted to add that.
Well, that's because they're private equity, and they borrowed so much money at a time like COVID where interest rates were at an all-time low. So they were just playing it smart. Like, I could borrow this, I could use $1 billion of my money, or I could take this $1 billion out for 1%, 2% interest, and I get to pay it over whatever the terms are. Yeah. So it's mind games, man.
And another crazy thing I saw was regarding coaches, right? And how much we pay, like how much Blue Co, pays the coaches they've had under their regime, right? And the reason why I want to bring this up is because I've seen comparisons online about, Roman was just as ruthless as Blue Co when it comes to sacking managers, right? If you're not performing well, you get the sack. We've seen Jose get sacked not once but twice. We've seen our most successful managers at the club also get sacked. After a year. Ancelotti got sacked after like a year and a couple months. Conte got sacked after less than 2 years. So, Joe, manager that we've ever had 2 years plus over a single time, and but look at the managers that we've replaced them with. We replaced our managers that we've sacked with just as good or even better managers, right?
Exactly.
And we paid, and that they're quality managers that have done things around the not just the league but around the world based on how much we pay them, right? Because you have a good skill set and you're good in your profession, bro. You're going to ask for higher pay. You're going to ask for more incentives and things. So, but if you look at the Blue Claw regime, their first coach. Let's remove Tommy Tuchel out of it.
I want to say shout out to Little Majestic. Shout out to you, brother.
Yo, Little Majestic, shout out to you, bro. He's from the UK.
Yeah, thank you for
joining. Chelsea fan, what's good, bro? Appreciate you for joining, man. If it's your first time, welcome. It's the United States of Chelsea. We're usually a trio. Chemlaka's not here, also known as Lul. But me and Tasha are holding it down. And but yeah, bro, let us know your thoughts. I hear you, so you're a Chelsea fan. Let us know your thoughts on the Maresca sacking. And happy to have you, bro.
Check us out on all the platforms. You can just look us up, United States of Chelsea, and check us out whenever we come on. We'd love to interact with you. And if you have any questions, please add them in, or any opinions. But yeah, go back to what you were saying.
Yeah, bro. So I was looking at and honestly, I heard this from John Minerals this morning. I was listening to his
This
podcast.
shit, that was
He
legendary.
was on a boat in Venice.
That was crazy.
I was like, this guy is
Yo,
landing the minerals.
That's something I'm trying to do, man. No
bro.
kidding.
Bro, because well, you did something like that when you went to Brazil.
Oh,
You were
yeah.
giving us the Chelsea, the news from a whole different country. It was nice to see, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Minerals talk about how, like, our first coach under Blue Coat, Graham Potter, we paid him like 10 mil, right? And 10 mil, that's his asking price. He's done something for Brighton, 37% win rate, whatever you want to say about that. But then you look at the next manager, next full-time manager. I'm gonna skip Lampard, but Pochettino, we think we paid him around like 6-8 mil, so it's cheaper than what's his name, Graham Potter, and then Maresca, he was even cheaper than those guys. I think it was like 4 mil, and now Liam Rosenor, right? I think his asking, like, what he gets paid at Strasbourg is like 2 mil. So like you see, they're cutting not only the wage structure, like wage structure is not only like being cut for the players in our current team and the players we decide to sign, but also in our coaches. And you could just see the quality, going down. I'm not saying Enzo can't ask for more than 10 mil now. By the time, he was unproven, right? So, we're going down this like downward trajectory is what I'm trying to say. And you can see it through like how much we pay our staff and our players.
I think that has to do with these private equity people, man. They're very analytical. They take the emotion.
They're shit at their analytics, though.
No, but like football analytics don't matter because GNA people are
XG.
XG, GNA, all these statistics that don't matter because at the end of the day, the eye test is going to tell you a lot. I don't think Esteval had very much XG, but we could tell when he's out there, the game changes. You get what I'm saying?
I mean, XG, I like it because it tells you how that player performed in that game, right?
Yeah.
I don't think it's a good predictor, on how a player is going to perform in the next game. I guess
I don't like GA. I don't like GA. Period. I don't like GA. Period. Because I think like Moises Caicedo, I think he's one of the best players in the world, and he doesn't get any GA. And when he does get GA, we're so happy for him because it's like, hey man, this guy does it all. He does a lot to keep us safe. You know what I mean? Because I made it very clear many times I do not like Enzo next to Caicedo in that double pivot, and I will blame Caicedo for his mistakes as just disciplinary yellow cards, red cards, but a lot of that has to do with Enzo Fernandez just not being in the right place, and then also us inverting Gusto into that center area to the cam area, and then you got Palmer there. It's just like it's. I feel like I can go on a rant on like a lot of the things that happen.
Go for it.
I mean, I can't. You know when you want to say so much, you don't know where to start.
It's like word bomb. You're like, wow.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's like, damn, man. Like, I feel like we're getting abused as fans as well. Like, I feel like Manchester United fans. Like, I feel like what Manchester United are going through right now, where the Ineos group does not care, even though they spent some money. They did XYZ. Cristiano Ronaldo exposed them as guys that don't care about their team. They just want that money. They're the biggest club in Europe. They're going to get the bag. And I said it on CB Stream, and I said the same thing. We are a business now. It's over. American private equity stepped in. Forget about it. And American sports don't work like that. There's no tanking for a high pick. There's no, you know what I'm saying? There's no rebuilds for 5 years, 10 years, like a Philadelphia 76ers. It's none of that. You gotta show improve, and we hope to see the protest though. Like, what do you think about the protest? Like, do you think that'll be effective? Do you think? I mean, it's weird.
Yeah, I mean, the protest is before the Everton, not Everton, the Brentford game, and just in a couple of weeks. But the way the last one went and the one before that, I mean, it could be effective if you have organization, if you have a collective message. I think when it came to the last protest, there were a lot of different messages. Some people were Todd Bowley out. Some people were, Bedad Ekbali out. Some people were just protesting for different things, against different things. So you got to have one common goal, one common message, and all go there together, and just also have the word out there for long. Once the message is out there, like this is what we're protesting about, you can gather more people. Um, do you think 2 weeks is enough? I mean, do I think 2 weeks is enough? Maybe. If we're just strictly talking about the online fans and the people who are close to getting the message. But I mean, you've been to the bridge, I've been to the bridge. Um, there's a lot of older people who have season tickets for like many years. Are they getting the message right? Are they hearing about this protest? And if they do, is it like is it too late? So I don't know. I think it can go either way. I'm not going to say it's going to go the wrong way, but I think for something like this, you got to plan it right. Someone's got to be that person to like get everybody to protest. And what I also love, not just protesting outside the stadium and before the game, but protesting in the game. Like you can protest at the city ground. You could protest if we're playing this midweek game at Stamford Bridge versus Fulham. Why can't you also protest in the stadium? Right? Get people to protest in the stadium, because that's going to be shown on TV. The owners are going to be at the games, right? They're going to see it. I'd rather see that. I'd rather someone pay for a Tifu saying Clearlake out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like get those kind of things, because it's going to get the message out there a lot faster.
I think we'll get. I think Chelsea fans might come with the energy, but I will say this: in the past, it didn't seem like they had that type of energy. I think Roman was very more proactive than this type of group, and it was a completely different vision. So I think they gave Roman a little bit more slack, even though Roman made mistakes as well. But this is gonna be the first time that we're gonna see what Chelsea fans are made of. Let's see what this protest does, because if it's successful, I mean, then I'm gonna be riding hard with them, because I mean I'm obviously in the States, and I'm doing my own protest too, like sunglasses on, you know what I'm saying? Like it's gonna be. I don't even want to wear Chelsea gear. I don't think I'm gonna probably wear Chelsea gear to the game, just because I'm like, I just got a new Drogba jersey. I got a new Drogba jersey. I ordered the Drogba jersey before we lost.
What season was it from?
The 2014, 2015, when he came back, he wore number 15.
I know exactly which one.
I got the long sleeve alternate joint.
Yeah. Where'd you buy it from?
eBay. Oh, always eBay.
eBay?
Man.
Nice.
Go eBay, man. They got the official tissue, man.
Okay.
But, yeah, and it's the long sleeve joint, so it's like some rare shit. And I'm like, damn, I got this the week we shit the bed. What's going on? Down majority.
Good, bro. The majority. What's good, bro?
If you got any questions, if you guys have any Chelsea questions, put it in the chat. Before we wrap up, greetings from St. Lucia. Greetings, brother. Greetings, man.
Greetings, man. Shout out to you, bro.
Sounds like you're having a good views, better views than us right now. Look at me. I'm outside the bridge, and it smells like poop. It smells like shit. Like, come on. I mean, you know what's crazy? Amarin still has his job. That's so that just tells you, like,
bro, he's got like a 30-something% win rate. Maresca's walking out with, maybe he was at 60, but I think after the Bournemouth loss is like down to like 58 or something like that. But
yeah, 57.
Come on, man.
I think. Yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough. I think Oswego comes back, so I hope to see him on. I hope to see him on the bench.
On the bench, yeah.
I don't know. What are you looking for this game though? Like, are you like more looking at the players, or are you more looking at like the tactics?
Bro, I mean, I feel nothing. There's someone in the chat earlier who was talking. I think it was D2 Fresh talking about how they don't really care about this game, right? And I also, this is like the first time in a long time we're going into a game the next day, and I really don't give a damn, right? Because I have no expectations to win, and I'm like, at the same time, losing does help City get back in the race, to close the gap with Arsenal. I'd rather see anyone win the league than Arsenal. But at the same time, as a fan, you don't want to see your team lose just so another team doesn't win the league. So I'm conflicted going into this game, but with everything going on behind the scenes with the board, Maresca getting sacked, I'm just going to this game like just want to really just enjoy and have no expectations, bro. Because I've been having a lot of expectations in December. I thought we'd win a lot more games than we did. We won 1-7, right,
Yeah.
or 2-8, something like that.
No,
If you're not counting the Carabao,
1-7, 1-7.
1-7. So yeah, I mean, I didn't think we'd be here where we are today. So going into this game tomorrow with no expectations is probably where I'm at. But
Yeah. D2 Fresh says, "What pisses me off is how we have a transfer sanction." And I was kind of unaware about the transfer sanction. I guess it's because we spent too much. I don't know the full details. And then he says, which further angers me with this board. We gotta sell to buy of equal value. Just shambolic. Um,
Mm.
I agree with you, man. Like we were supposed to bring in some players this January window that I think what actually would have helped was the Omega kid from Strasbourg, which he looks dangerous to me. Like I think if you put the right players like Cole Palmer around him, I think he's a serious player, and I think he has that little bit of like arrogance in him to where he just wants to score, and I like that, and I think he's going to be a good addition next year. But yeah, shout out to you, D2 Fresh, the majority. I'm a supporter. Big ups up to Chelsea. I know it's dark times for us right now, but we appreciate your support as well. So we need some experience on the squad. I agree. I mean, who would you want to bring in next summer? Because we're not bringing in anybody January. So who do you want with experience?
The thing is, are we going to get someone with an experience? Right, that's the big question. And we do know from like a lot of the tweets that are coming out, the board said the project is king. Right, there's no one above the project, so we know for a fact that's not changing.
Yeah.
So I can't get excited about a big name signing, but at the same time, we did sign Caicedo. We did sign Caicedo when the whole world wanted him. So you can't rule out the board from doing something like that. But I mean, you mentioned Omega Tosh. That's just not the kind of player I want to see up front.
You
We've
don't
just had
like him?
so,
Have you watched him?
it's not that I don't like him, and I'll be honest, I haven't seen him. Right,
Okay.
so this is someone who's never seen the guy play talk. It's just that we need ready-made players, bro. We need players that are not learning on the job. We've had so much inexperience at the 9 position, the 11 position for far too long. I think we need to bring in someone who's ready today to bang in goals because that's what we're missing, man. We need someone up front who can do that. Who? Man,
It's tough, bro. There's not a lot of strikers out there. It's a drought.
Someone who fits the wage.
Alvarez, but they'll never pay the wages.
That's the thing. It's a who is that and fits the wage structure. I think that's when we. Okay, so I see the majority saying I keep hearing Osterman. Osterman is like the guy that I've wanted for the past couple of years. I think we can. I mean, we can afford Osterman. The signing him is not a big deal. He wants to play for Chelsea, but does he want to take less than 200K? Probably not. Especially because also if we're not in the Champions League, I believe with the incentive structure, players won't be getting paid as much going into next season as well. Yeah. So there's a lot of like ifs, ands, and buts. But yeah, I mean, when it comes to like who's ready to bang in goals today, I think we're gonna have to start looking into like players who play in the Premier League, like strikers in the Premier League, because those are the kind of guys that we can. Like from the mid-table clubs, these are the kind of guys that we can sign that are going to fit the wage structure. So don't be shocked if we're in for like Krupi Jr. from Bournemouth. He had a banger of a goal today versus Arsenal. Like these are the kind of guys we should be like Blue Coat will be targeting. I don't think as much as we want the stars, I don't think those stars are coming to Chelsea.
Yeah, and I don't think we can get Julio Alvarez. I think he has some ridiculous. He has like a ridiculous. Release clause. It's like $500 million right now.
God
so
damn.
I don't think his release clause is like inactive until a certain point. But he's not making as much as you would think. I think his weekly salary it's about 200. I think that's reasonable for a guy at that level. Even if we gave him 250, I would, as a Chelsea owner, I would give him 300 because we're paying Sterling 300 and he's sitting at home kicking ball with his kids and
Mm,
letting them rock Arsenal gear. Like
yeah,
fuck that. Like
but he's potentially going to like West Ham or Fulham
of
this
course he's gonna
this
stay in
window.
London. He's
Yeah,
definitely gonna stay in London. I don't think anybody was surprised by that. But I
but bro,
mean,
going back to like the project when they said the project is king, they also meant that too. Like the wage structure will not change for nobody.
I know
So you know,
I don't, and it doesn't make sense because like to be a big club, you need to spend big bread.
yeah.
Like I think I think
So
these
are
guys
we a big club? That's my question to you, bro. Do you still think we're a big club? We just won the Club World Cup, but are we a big club?
100% purely off the fact that we just won a Champions League in 2021 when on paper that team wasn't the best in the world. I mean, we had some mainstays. We had Thiago, we had Aspi, we had informed Ben Chilwell, we had a young Reece James, we had a very overhyped Kai Havertz, we had a young Mason Mount. I think was Timo Werner on that team.
Yeah,
Yeah, like come on, man. We had Timo Werner on that, and we knew how bad Timo Werner was. Like, so it's like, is the team not good enough? No, I think the team is good enough. It's the approach is just not right. Where we're investing way too young, and bringing in, we're not paying the wages. Like Mike Mignon, for example, if he comes to Chelsea, we got to give him wages over 200. We have to. You get what I'm saying? And it's
yeah,
like, is that the reason why we didn't get him in the summer? Because I think that might be the reason, in my opinion. Because we were willing to pay the fee. The fee was the same as much as we paid for Garnacho.
yeah.
You get what I'm
I
saying?
think it was his age, bro. That's why I don't think we're.
But he's
That's
not
why.
that. He's not even 30.
Yeah, but he's turning 30 this year, right? I think.
I
And
mean, I
if
mean,
we,
Bobby Sanchez is 28.
yeah, but they didn't want to spend money on a player like 25 mil on a player who was about to be 30 when they know he's going to be a free
But
agent.
but
Let's just
keep it.
bring him
But
in as a free agent where so you don't have to
yeah,
pay
yeah,
any
yeah.
money,
That's what I'm saying.
and then you can make bread off the potential
Off the street.
transfer a year
Yeah.
or two from now.
So you think they're gonna bring him in as a free agent?
I think so. And if they don't, they're going to bring in Mike Penders.
I
But
understand that. But to bring him in as a free agent, you still have to pay over 200.
yeah, no, sorry, I just got lost in the chat for a second.
No worries. Let's go to the next one. Maresca, the majority. Maresca was reverting too much. I had a good system, but not for the current squad. He will go to a team like City and it will work out because of the squad they have. I mean, I don't think Maresca's system is that good. I just think when he makes adjustments to that system, good things happen. Oh, 1 second. Let me make
Yeah,
sure my computer doesn't die
yeah. I mean,
midstream.
Maresca was learning on the job, and his system it does bring results, right? You just have to have the right players to make the system work. But I wasn't a fan of the system at the start, but I
Yeah.
do see the benefits of the way he plays the 4-2-3-1, and the inverting that he does with his fullbacks. It does give you an extra man in the midfield. It does give you like extra triangles where areas that are dangerous, and the players move in a system. So I mean, I think in a good team like City, or if not City, another team with the right players, that system can cook. Um, so
Yeah.
yeah,
Shout out to you, the majority. Um, we got D2 again. D2 fresh. All the best players are getting paid over 200K. I agree. I agree. I mean, like I said, Julian Alvarez. I think Julian Alvarez would be amazing at Chelsea. I think he is the perfect player for Chelsea because he can play like a winger style, like we did with Nico, but then he could play a true striker style, like how he played behind Holland. You know what I mean? So and his ability is ridiculous. I mean, the guy I think is probably one of the most talented and most underrated strikers at the same time. Him playing at Atletico, playing La Liga, they do have good PR, but it's still it's still La Liga. You know what I mean? But let's get to the next one. We're gonna wrap out. We're
yeah.
gonna wrap.
I just like to bring up the wage structure for a sec. Um, yeah, I mean, look at some of our players, some of our best players. They're not making anywhere close to 200K. I believe Cole Palmer's still on 130. Enzo and Caicedo are around like 150, 170, 180. The only person outside of like Sterling, who we mentioned, who's get Chilwell, is Chilwell still on the books? No, we sold Chilwell to Strasbourg officially. But the only person who's making upwards of 200 is Reece James, and I think Reece James is on like 250 ish,
And it
and
expires.
his contract is expiring. So don't be surprised if things
So
happen to
we'll,
Reece, because he will be pure profit, and
yeah.
the board loves that. We know the board loves pure profit.
Hey,
Um,
when Reese gets sold,
yeah,
the league is done. The Chelsea is done. We are done. It is going to be the craziest revolt of all time. Like, if Reese goes, it'll probably be the biggest reaction of any of our Cobham Academy players by far. Like, I'm
yeah,
not gonna lie, Gallagher, I didn't think he was the best player, but I miss the guy, man. I just
good
like the
squad
hype.
player. Yeah,
Yeah, and he's a Cobham kid. You know what I mean? Like, and he just played hard. You know what I mean? Like, he wasn't the best player, but he was Chelsea. You know what I mean? So, I mean, it's gonna be okay. Okay, you got. He said if he sign Osman, Lukman, and Schockler back right now, they're paper over most of our flaws immediately. Okay, they want to spend 10x that amount replacing the same 5 players every window. I'm not. I mean, I'm gonna disagree on one of the players, and that's Schockler back. I don't think he could keep up with the pace of the Premier League. I think he would get a run for his money, to say the least. The Premier League is not. I think he plays what, in Germany, right?
yeah, he plays for Dortmund.
Dortmund, yeah. So yeah, I don't know, man. I'll push back on Schockler, man. I would love to see Lukman. Lukman is a striker, quote unquote, or winger.
Like he's a winger.
But he plays striker. I've seen him play striker before, so
Yeah,
I guess. I mean, I wouldn't mind. I just think we need like a guy who wants goals, and I like that Omega kid, man. I'm telling you, that
come
Omega
on,
kid.
bro.
I'm telling you, I have a feeling about that Omega kid. He is gonna surprise people. I think Chelsea is in a weird place where the attention won't be on him. So I think he'll surprise some folks. But we're gonna wrap up soon. Let's get to
Yeah.
one more Little Majestic. Shout out to you, brother.
One sec, bro. I just want to go back to this
Okay.
this last comment for a sec.
Oh, for
So yeah, no, I just wanted to like also add, we spent how much, over 1.7 billion on players, on like 90 something players under the Blue Co regime, and counting. And I agree 100% with Tendo 824, because bro, we could have spent half of what we spent, even just 1 billion, and sign some of the best players in the world, and we'd be competing for the league, for the Champions League, for every major trophy. So you don't have to spend almost 2 billion on crap. You can spend the money wisely, because this club was built on success. Will bring finances, will bring fans, will bring engagement. We've never been a team that's a selling club. Even though Roman did sell a lot of Cobham Academy players, this club, like, that wasn't our agenda. In order to make money. We still don't even have a front of shirt sponsor, right? Come on. Like, there's many things you can do. Get a front of shirt sponsor, get the best players, win trophies, right? That's gonna get you fans. That's gonna get you more money, through these trophies, these competitions. So yeah,
yeah.
um, yeah, as you can tell, I'm very anti Blue Co and
Yeah,
Clear
yeah,
Lake.
yeah. I think Clearlake is more of a problem than Blue Co, in my opinion. But that's for another day. Um, why would playing João Pedro and Delap together not work? I think it should work hypothetically because of João Pedro's like versatility. I think he could play damn near anywhere in the midfield. I think he could play fucking 8 if he really had the legs. He's just not very mobile. Like, I don't think he's the quickest player. And he's also I don't think he's as aggressive as a goal scorer as we would like. Like an instinctual goal scorer. So him working in the 10 with the lap, I think should work, and that might allow Palmer out wide. But that would probably mean Enzo and Casado will be having to be in that pivot. And everybody knows my take on Enzo playing the number 8. I do not want to see it. I am not an Enzo sexual. Okay, I love women.
Come on. Yeah. Um, yeah. I mean, I think both of us were not ensosexuals. Maybe Chubb Laka for those who those who are Chubb Laka.
Is an
He,
Enzo
I,
sexual,
I
bro.
I won't say ensosexual, but he's an Enzo fan.
Nah, he's a sexual. He's a
Is he?
sexual. He's really easy. He thinks the nigga's a little sexy for sure.
Come on, come on.
He's gonna see this.
But big up to every single person on the live.
Oh yeah.
You guys catch Tosh and Chemlaka tomorrow. They're doing fan cams. Tosh, you want to let everyone know where you guys doing the fan cams?
Oh yeah, fan camps just outside of your nation's capital, Washington D.C. We will be in Northern Virginia, Arlington, 4 courts. If you are in the DMV area, pull up. If you're in Virginia, please message us. We would love to holler at you guys and just chop it up. I'm gonna put the socials in the chat, and pretty much you can find us United States of Chelsea on all platforms. We should pop up, even if our handles may be a little bit different. Let me just put it in the chat real quick.
Yep. And please, guys, subscribe, like, comment. Every subscription goes a long way to helping the channel grow. For anyone who's new, this is like a grassroots channel. We started this right after the Club World Cup. Tosh and I, and Chem Locker, we've been going to the games across, the East Coast, supporting the boys, and we thought, why not do this ourselves and create our own content. We've been big fans of all the big content creators around the Chelsea, space, and so we started our own thing, and been trying to grow it, man. So I see some new comments coming in the chat. I know we're wrapping up.
Let's see. Hold on. Tobias CFC 94. We ain't
Is that Toby from the Chelsea Fan TV?
Yeah, is he?
I'm asking. It could be.
No, I don't know. Hey man, I'm with you, buddy. We're in the mud. We're in the mud, blood. But yeah, and we do fan cams, like I said. And if you're in other states as well in the US and you would like to do some content with us, let us know. I mean, we would love to get some content from other cities. That we're mostly based in the East Coast. I think we forgot to mention something. But I don't know. Do you have anything you want to add?
No, just shout out to Tendo. He said, "Good stream, guys. I subscribed from CB's channel a few days ago. Tosh and Lil holding it down. Appreciate you, Tendo, for subscribing and being on the stream today, man."
Oh, and he says what type?
Okay.
What type of content? Yeah, so we do fan cams. So tomorrow, check us out. Fan cams are coming in.
You never know. Don't rule out OnlyFans, Tosh. You never know what's possible.
Yeah, OnlyFans on the way. But it's only gonna be Chelsea sexuals. You gotta have you can only enter the building. OnlyFans is only gonna be in blue. It's gonna be blue tint OnlyFans. I think we might get banned on the shit. But yeah, fan cams. Yeah, OnlyFans coming soon. Fan cams. We do a lot of hate watches as well. So watch out for the hate watches. We'll try to give you guys some stuff. Shout out little domestic just sub. Can't wait for the OnlyFans. Hey man, I appreciate you, brother. Like
my question is to you, Little Majestic, on your screen, who's on the right? Is it me, man? Because trust me, if there's anyone who's freaky, it's Taj over here.
No, the guy on the right looks freaky. That's you, nigga. That's you. You the freaky one. Hey, shout out to everybody, man. And if you guys, we might even bring on some fans. He said it's you. We brought up.
Man, ain't no freaks over here, bro.
Yeah. And we're trying to make some. We're trying to make some of y'all moderators. Our guy Shub is not in the building today. But he's gonna be our moderator. I don't know how to do that, so Mizi, we're gonna have to figure that out through our subscription model. But shout out to everybody. You guys are hilarious, Little Majestics.
Yo, Little Majestic, man. He's been to too many Diddy parties, man.
Yeah. Nah,
Stay
for real
freaky.
though, boys.
Man, you telling
I
me stay freaky, Lil Majestic, stay Diddy.
Stay Diddy, son. Because we get fucked anyways. You know what I'm saying? Like Maresca was the first one in the Rico that had to go. He said, "Who's Diddy?"
You don't want to know, bro.
You don't want to know, my
You
boy.
don't want to know, and don't. Actually, if you do want to know, there's a documentary on Netflix. What is it called? I don't know. Did you watch it, Tosh?
Yeah, the Diddy documentary. I finished it, but a lot of it was
Yeah.
like stuff that we knew, and I think it was a
Yeah.
bit of a bit of a slander piece. But love to everybody. I appreciate you guys. Follow us on United States of Chelsea. You could just search us up, United States of Chelsea, all platforms. Yeah, like and subscribe, and we hope to talk to you guys and bring you guys on stream one of these days. We've done it before, and we don't mind doing it again. So thank you guys. Appreciate you. Iqbali, hopefully next on his list. Yeah, man, we need Iqbali to get nuked. Get the coordinates. Get the coordinates, a little majestic. But I appreciate you guys. Meezy, thank you.
Appreciate you, bro.
All right.
Up the Chels, guys. Up the Chels.
Else.